Hey everyone, it's Lisa and welcome back to a new video. Today we are going to be reading books based on Noah Kahan songs. So Noah Kahan is actually one of my favorite artists. However, Fable sent out an email about books that have to do with Noah Kahan songs. And there was like, leave more in the comments, but I'm going based off the ones that are in the article. So if we hop over, and I will show you this. So what books feel like Noah Kahan songs? So it says The Bookish Divide, and it gives a few. So it's got Under the Glow of the TV Light, I Wish You Could Know Me, Open Water by Caleb Azuma Nelson. I'll Leave the Porch Light On, The Blonde Horseman by Paulina Simons. Have You Ever Stared Directly at the Sun, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho? I hope I said that right. Everyone Looks Happy in a Photograph, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Look at You Go, Crossing State Lines with Your Shadow, Sisters in Yellow. And I Hope You're with Someone Who Isn't Scared to Ask, Hurt the Lover by Lily King. And then it says to add your book suggestions in the comments. I have looked through the comments, but I was like, you know what? I feel like this is a good core 6 to start with. One of these I actually already own, and I've owned for over a decade. So I already own The Perks of Being a Wallflower. It is one of my favorite books. However, I am absolutely down to give it a reread because I haven't got it since I was in high school, so I'm quite excited about that. But I'm not quite sure which one we're going to start with, so I might quickly make up a wheel, and we're gonna let the wheel choose my first book. Here we are, so we've got all 6, so let's go ahead and we will do a wheel spin and see what the first one is. Okay, so it looks like we are starting with The Alchemist. So I will check in once I have started on it because I'm going to go watch a movie. Start on that later tonight. We will check in and I will see you guys in a little bit. It'll be no time for any of you. But yeah, we will catch you in a little bit. Excited to kind of hop into some new books. I'm giving myself a little bit for this one. I think I have like 3 weeks until I'm planning on posting this video. So I'm excited. But let's go ahead and I'm going to hop into The Alchemist. So we are back. It is the next day, and I actually managed to read all of The Alchemist last night. So I ended up reading it about a 4-star. It's not that long of a book. It's like 200 and something pages. So I read it in the span of a few hours. And it's about a 4-star. I actually did quite enjoy the story. Apparently it's listed to some people as a self-help book. I personally didn't see that. Let's go ahead and hop over here and see what the next book is. So it looks like the next book that I will be reading is Sisters in Yellow, so I will go ahead and check back in. I'm going out for a little bit, but we will be back and I will let you know how it is, how it's going, or if I finish it. Okay, hi, it is Friday night and I have just sat down and read Open Water in one sitting. And this is one of those books that I will say I did rate a 4-star. It wasn't a 5-star for me, but it is written like poetry. It's very quick. I think it's maybe 150 something pages on my Kindle, but very quick read. It reads like poetry. It's kind of sad and devastating, but it's also just so beautifully written. And if you haven't read this one, I would highly recommend doing so because it's just, yes, it might take a little bit to get used to with the writing style, but I think it is one of those books that everybody needs to read. And it's so beautiful. It says on it, tender poetry, a love song to black art and thought. And I feel like that's just something that we need to appreciate more of these days. So if you haven't checked out Open Water, I would highly recommend doing so. But now I guess it's time to hop over to our wheel and see what the next one's going to be. Now, I do have a couple of things going on where I was just lent The Tenant and Want to Know a Secret by Frida McFadden, and I have to get those done quick. So I will be once again taking a break, but we can go ahead and hop on over to the wheel. We are down to 3 books. We have The Bronze Horseman, Heart the Lovers, and The Perks of Being a The Bronze Horseman. Okay. So I guess that's where we will be starting next after I finish the two that I've been lent. So I will check back in once I've started and what my thoughts are on the Bronze Horseman. So I will catch you all in a little. Alright, we are checking in. I have been reading the Bronze Horseman. I think today is day 5 that I've been reading it. And I'm going to say that I'm on the second last section. I'm not going to say chapter, because I know like this bit is like 49 pages or something like that before I get to the last section, so I'm going to call it sections. I did not realize that this book was 912 pages, so it's taking me a little bit to get through. However, I'm actually liking it a lot. So it's kind of like an older war story, and there's a twist in there that I wasn't entirely expecting. So she falls for this guy who's like a lieutenant, I think is his thing, but he's too young. And this is the one part of this book that grosses me out. She is 17, he's 22, and there is a little bit of like a spicy scene in there, which, the age thing, I'm like, she is still a minor, but I understand, like, maybe back in those days, it might have been a little different. And then he goes off and he starts dating her older sister, who he had, like, a one-night stand with prior. So now he's dating her older sister to be able to stay around, being able to see her, and that whole thing is a little bit weird to me, but I'm actually enjoying the book a lot more than I anticipated. I was dreading this book going into this challenge because it didn't seem like something I was going to like. But I'm loving it. So the book that I'm reading on my Kindle has book 1 and 2. So I don't know the exact part that I'm at in the book because it does have the second book. I'm going to only read the first book and then maybe read the second one maybe a little bit later on, because I do have a few other books that I want to get to, such as the ones that I posted in that little book haul last week. So, which I actually did just film, hence same outfit. But yeah, I'm enjoying the Bronze Horseman a lot. I haven't been able to update my Goodreads or anything like that because I don't actually know what page I'm on and where I'm at in the book, so that's a little bit difficult. But it is a very long book. It's also very old. I didn't realize how old it was, but I'm enjoying it way more than I anticipated. Right now, I'm gonna say it's probably 4.5 star book. So we'll see if anything changes within the last couple of sections. But there's been a few little bits of death and some surprises in there. One of them seemed a little bit odd. If you read the book, the twin brother situation, like I understand why, but also you didn't get to know the twin brother a whole lot, so it was kind of one of those weird little moments, but I'm enjoying it. I'm actually going to possibly hop in and read a little bit here in a bit, but yeah, I've been reading it for probably about 5 days. Very long time for me. I usually read an entire book within 2 to 3 days. So me being on a book for 5 days is a lot, but I'm finding it to be very worth it. So hopefully I'll have it done, like, it's Saturday. Hopefully I have it done by Monday, and we'll see what happens from there. We are back. It is now the day before I meant to be posting this video, and I have finished The Bronze Horseman. I think in a previous update I had mentioned that it was 2 books in one, and it wasn't. It's just the way that it was cataloged on the ebook was that it was broken up into 2. I adored the first half of this book. The second half dragged on for me and I didn't enjoy it as much. However, I did rate it a 4 stars. I don't know that I'm going to continue on with the series though, because I don't know, it's one of those books that I was kind of like, because I did enjoy the first half. Like, I was full on into it, couldn't get enough, kept wanting to read it. And then we get towards the second half, and too many icks started to come out for me, and I couldn't do it. And then I know technically we should be hopping into a wheel here. However, I have already read Hurt the Lover. I started it the same night that I finished The Bronze Horseman, I believe. And I read it within a couple of days. It was a 3 star for me. I didn't realize it was the second book in a series, so I didn't read the first one. And I just didn't like the writing style. I didn't love the story. There was a few points that I was kind of like, okay, I can see where this is pulling at heartstrings a little bit. But I didn't love it, and I wish that I did. I needed a little bit more of an attachment to the characters for me to properly get into it. But that also means we are down to the very last book today, which is The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Pretty sure I can knock that out of the park today. So I'm gonna go off, I'm gonna start reading it, and we will check back in a little bit, because I have the physical copy over here on my shelf. So I'm gonna grab it, hop into it, and we'll be back shortly. Okay, it has been a few hours and we have officially finished The Perks of Being a Wallflower. This, for me, has been a 5-star book as a teenager, still a 5-star book for me now. And that is the end of reading books that feel like Noah Kahan songs. So I hope that you all enjoyed. If you did, you can go ahead and hit the like button down below. If you want to see some more videos from me, go ahead and subscribe. I typically post every Sunday. If you're already subscribed and want notifications when I post, go ahead and hit that bell down below. Make sure that your YouTube notifications are turned on. And I will see you all next time. Bye, lovelies.